Greetings, everyone. This is the Alternative Guy and
the Alternative Gal.
This is our fourth week of full-time RVing, and it has been really an interesting and great challenge, and we welcome it.
Well, you know what, hon? The challenge was before we started and made the decision to do full-time RVing. It all happened about 2 years ago. There were many things happening in society that led us to believe, to have understanding and awareness that we no longer wanted to live our lives the way that society was demanding that we lived it. We wanted to be free. So we made the decision 2 years ago to begin our research on RVing. And believe me, when I say research, that's exactly what it was. I woke up early in the morning as if I had a job. I got online. I researched places that I could find RVs. We knew that we wanted a used RV because it had been broken in, for lack of a better word. When did we start? 2 years ago. Why did we start? We wanted to be free.
No more lockdown. No lockdown.
We wanted peace of mind. We rebooted our lives, our mindset. We made adjustments, and we said, let's go for it. So again, this is my job. I got up early in the morning. I started the process of looking for RVs in Virginia, all over Virginia. Didn't find anything in Virginia, so we widened our scope. We made calls, we made appointments. We looked at the RV.
Yeah, I drove a couple.
And we went inside, and yes, we drove a couple. We established deadlines. So in November, we started really narrowing things down. I found this particular description of an RV. It was used, it had one owner, and it had low mileage. So I called my husband and I said, this is the one.
I was at work when she called me.
So I told him, look, as soon as you have your lunch break, you have to call this guy. I gave him the number. So he called, and
I called him. I called him, and then he was telling me that somebody else was looking at it, and that it was a possibility that they were going to come and get it that day. So I asked him, I said, well, what's the possibility of us coming to take a look at it too? So he said, well, you can come and take a look, but
and if you get here before the guy's appointment, I'm going to go with the one that is here first. And he told us
have the money first.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was how that came about.
And this was in North Carolina. So we got up early that morning. It was a 4-hour drive. We got up early that morning so that we could meet our appointment time at 10:30. So we got there, a nice drive. So we got there, we met the man. He was a very nice gentleman. He gave us the tour of the vehicle. Told us how long he'd had it. He was the one and only owner. As a matter of fact, he went to the manufacturer and picked it up. So he had had this vehicle from the beginning. and it was really nice inside. No red flags. I have to say there were no red flags because it looked nice inside. He had maintained it well. The only thing, and he admitted himself, the outside of the vehicle that faced the sun, it had begun to fade. So we knew with the price that we were getting this vehicle and all that it had to offer, the fading of the vehicle on the outside wasn't a big issue.
And we can go on and say the mileage was 37,000 miles on it, which was great.
So we made a down payment to hold it, and we told them that we would be back the weekend. This was on a Thursday. We made an appointment to come back on the weekend of that Thursday to give him the total amount that he was asking for.
Thursday, 11/11. I don't know if you all know the significance of 11/11, but that's a powerful day in numerology. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, so we went back and we got the vehicle. Of course, I drove our vehicle back, and I was behind my husband who was driving the RV. And the feeling that I had, just knowing that we had made this major purchase to start a new chapter in our lives. So we made the purchase, we went back home, and we begun to make major changes. We told our landlord that we wanted to be out of our house by the end of December, so the work had to start. We had to sell our furniture, give our furniture away. We had to clean the house. We had to load the vehicle. And I was trying to be adaptive to the demands that my husband was giving, because he was like, you can't take all this stuff. You just can't do it. So look.
It's a challenge because you're coming from a house, scaling down to an RV.
So,
and I know she wanted to hold on to a lot of things.
I did.
There was a lot of challenges that we had.
Now, in retirement, I retired in 2017. So, of course, when I was out in the workforce, I had my clothes, I had my shoes, my closets were full, and I had to give up over 50 pairs of shoes, all of the clothes that I wore. I was a principal/educator, so I had to give up all of those things because as an RVer, I knew that there was no need for me to have the kind of wear that I had in my closet, because all I needed was jeans and sneakers and shirts, t-shirts, and those kinds of things. So I tried to make donations to people that I knew, shelters, women's shelters, and things of that nature. But it was the end of the year, and they had accepted all that they could. So I ended up giving them to, donating to thrift stores. Furniture, same thing. We gave to relatives, those who wanted it, and those who didn't, we ended up giving to thrift stores because time was cutting short. And we got up at the crack of dawn to load up our RV, and it got to the brink, and there was still a lot left in it. So my husband said, look, you're going to have to scale down some more. And believe me, the things that I had were things that were near and dear to me. So I had to give away those things. So we ended up with, I have one frying pan, and I'm going to tell on you. I have one frying pan, I have one pot, and we have a pressure cooker. I had to give away all of my dinnerware, glassware, My bathroom items that I really liked. It was a lot. So we scaled it down, and the RV was full. So the journey started January 4th. We left Virginia January 4th, headed south. Why did we choose going south, honey?
Well, Virginia can have some cold weather sometimes, and the weather, it can, like I think in December, it was starting to get cold, and we didn't want to get the RV and then have it, in Virginia and not doing anything with it, and the pipes, you got pipes and everything, just like you do in a home. So we wanted to go south, and so we decided that, okay, so where are we going to go? So we decided Florida, and we're in Florida now, just letting you know, and we're in Florida now, and today it's 83 degrees. We're sitting out here now. It's 83 degrees. And back in Virginia, they've been getting a lot of cold weather. We've been down here and really getting a lot of nice weather. So all our friends and relatives back in Virginia, we don't, we don't want to rub it in.
We don't
want to rub it in. But I'm sweating right now, and I think they're supposed to get snow tomorrow. So that's the reason why we're here. We're here because I don't like harsh, cold winters. I love the sweat. So that's one of the main reasons why we're here, because we wanted to get away from the cold weather. And I like hot weather.
And one of the other reasons that we wanted to do RVing, less restrictions, and we're nature lovers, and we knew that this would give us an opportunity to stop and go as we please. If we're in warm weather, we've gone to the beach, we do our grounding on the grass, we are able to just be connected to nature, which is a healing source. We do plan to head back home in March, next month, when the weather hopefully will begin to change. But the 4 weeks that we've been in Florida have been a beautiful experience, a learning experience. We've kind of gotten adjusted to the space that we have in the RV. We've kind of gotten adjusted to being under each other every day. But it's a wonderful peace of mind experience.
And we're going to share with you guys our experiences as we go along. We have some footage that we're going to put together of a beach that we went to, and we'll show you that later. We've gone to campsites. We're going to show you that. So we're going to share everything with you guys and let you know that it's a great experience. So if anybody's thinking about doing full-time RVing, then it's going to be some challenges, but it's going to be good challenges, because it really made me know the value of freedom.
Yes.
And the value of not holding on to things. We're at the age now where we don't want to hold on to anything that's tangible that can, weigh us down.
And not beneficial.
Right. If it's not beneficial, why hold on to it?
Right. Why store shoes in the closet that you're not going to use? Outfits. Why store them? Pots and pans and dishes. This is the epitome of freedom. And one important thing that we forgot to mention. This is a new chapter a new journey for us. And as a result of that, we've named our RV Journey. Yes. Very fitting. Very, very fitting. Journey is the name of our RV.
But my wife said a few minutes ago that she was going to tell on me. So now I'm going to tell on her. She said she gave away a lot of shoes, and I think she said she gave away, what, about 60 pairs?
It was over 50. Over 50 pairs.
But what I want to share with you guys, she still have a trunk full of shoes underneath the RV. Still.
It's a small trunk. A
No,
very small trunk.
It's an army. It's a trunk that our son gave us. It's a pretty big trunk, but it's full of shoes. But anyway, it was a blessing to be able to scale down and still live comfortably. Because in reality, you don't need that much space. You don't need that much space to live. And since we've been RVing, we've been seeing a lot of people out here that's RVing. They do it in vans. They do it in cars. So it's a lot of people are living this lifestyle.
Yeah.
So if you
Just
like
imagine.
freedom, then it's the way to go.
Right. And you don't have the societal connections. We don't have rent, mortgage. We don't have utility bills. The only thing that we have is gas, of course, for traveling back and forth, maintenance. We have our usual grocery bill, but it's just, you're not connected to being late for anything. You're on your own time schedule, and it's just beautiful. I love it.
And sometimes we forget what day it is.
Exactly.
You know, I have to ask my wife, well, what day is it? You know, because we're not on time clocks. You know, and both of us, we're retired now. So before, one of the main jobs that I had about 3 years ago, I was a truck driver. So I was all over the country anyway. I delivered cars. So I was familiar with being on the road and, you know, spending a lot of time on the road. I used to leave home on Mondays, come back on Thursdays. So I had gone to, I've been into every state except Washington State. So in this journey, we're planning to go Washington State.
Because that's where our son is.
Our oldest son lives in Washington State, so we definitely want to make that a part of our journey. But right now we're in Florida, and we're enjoying Florida, and it's a beautiful state. And we're going to show you
some of the experiences
that we had. And we want you to subscribe to our channel. We have a Patreon page we're setting up. So if you want to support us in our journey, because we have other projects that we're going to be working on while we're doing this journey. I plan to continue to follow up on a project that I started working on, showing us our Native American connection. And we're going to get on that when we go back to Virginia. So if you want to support that project, we have other projects.
I'm into wellness and herbal teas, so I will be showing you some tea combinations for wellness. I have jewelry, and we just have a gamut of things that we would like to share with you. So we're going to cut this because we want to just introduce you to what it is that we're going to do, and we're going to try to keep our videos between 15 to 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes.
So we might have drugged this one on a little bit, but we want to introduce you to what we're doing. And we have another website, www.uniquely4u. That's our website where we have our product. And, of course, our YouTube channel is Natural Niche and the Alternative Guy. So please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you like the information that we share.
It will be in the description.
And continue to watch. All right. Peace.
Love and wellness.
Thanks for watching.